I stayed at office after hours, and I found something I was not supposed to see. Enjoy rest of your shift, dude. Sam said. I could sense the sarcastic grin on his face. Fuck off. I mumbled, not raising eyes from the desk. We had a pool this morning. Whoever gets his number drafted, they are staying for overtime to input data from old paperwork into our digital system. I picked 7, which was my lucky number. At least, I thought. As soon as the 6 p.m. hit, everybody in the office left, leaving me alone to work until God knows when. I understood why I had to do this stupid task. Company was doing bad, like, really bad. Our budget was cut, we have let some people go too. Our manager wanted to appear as he was actually doing something other than scrolling Reddit all day, so he stated that we need to investigate data from the previous years, back when we filled out quotas by hand, and compare it to today's. Manager dropped 2 cases of folders shortly before everybody left. Seeing the size of them made me want to puke. I knew I was in for a long night of manually inputting numbers into Excel spreadsheets. Maybe even 2 nights. I lost track of how many hours had passed, but I logged in and I finished first box relatively quickly. As I started pulling out files from the second box, I felt a bit of hope. I just might finish everything tonight. I closed the folder with September 2007 October 2007 written on it, and I pulled out next one. It said February 2009 March 2009. Are you fucking kidding me? I yelled out loud. I stood in my cubicle to catch breath, and accept defeat. Now I had to go from the 9th floor, all the way down to the basement and find the folder with missing months. I rubbed my strained eyes, and opened them to empty office. I never stayed too long at work, it was uncanny seeing the office at night. Desolate. Overhead lights were shut down in each cubicle except mine, and other than green exit sign, I could only see shimmering glow of downtown visible in the distance, through the wall-high window panels on the opposite side of my cubicle. My building was near by the industrial zone, at the outskirts of the city, and I suddenly realized how alone I am. Perhaps not in the building, but in the radius about a mile, as only thing around it were parking lots and roads. I checked the watch. 10:31 p.m. Come on, focus. Imagine how Sam would tease you if he knew you were scared of being alone at work. I shook at the feeling and went for elevator. Hallway never seemed this long during the day. As I was making way towards the elevator, ceiling's lights kept turning on by the motion sensors, turning off just seconds after I passed them, some of them ominously flickering and buzzing. I stopped. Pitch black corridor seemed to stretch endlessly into the shadow from both sides as I stood under lone beam of light. I looked back, half expecting I would find a silhouette standing in the dark. I shrugged, and kept on walking, increasing my pace. However, I could not stress the creeping feeling that slithered through my spine. A feeling of having someone's eyes on my back. I reached the elevator, which took what it seemed like an eternity to get from the ground floor to 9th. I took my phone to open an Instagram or Reddit to try and distract myself, and I put it back immediately as I had no internet. No service. I nearly started to get concerned about that too, but the elevator came, and I jumped right in, saving myself from the pressing unknown of dark hallway. As elevator was heading down, I debated going straight home in my head, and leaving my stuff in the office. Pulling myself together, I realized how silly I am being. A grown-ass man, being scared of the dark. I should be scared of all the work that might wait for me tomorrow if I didn't finish it tonight. Realizing how much I started sweating from walking quickly, I took up the coat and just threw it on the ground, trying I was catching my breath. I slapped my face a couple of times, pep talking and convincing myself that I am not.